let's cut some salmon. All right. So, first thing, with salmon, do this. Because anything that gets any scales off, any extra bones during the cooking, during the butchery process, and then also go back this way. There's where the pin bones are. So pin bones, little tiny bones, will go right in here. This one's already been pinned, so should be good. All right, keep it all in one direction, keeps the fillet nice. And if you do come across any bones, they make fish tweezers, but get yourself a pair of needle nose pliers. Those are just for fish. I don't use those on anything else. All right, it's got any of this here, and yes, you can use a fillet knife, but if you don't have to, you don't have to. I don't like to get mine out, so just a little connective tissue. There's nothing wrong with it. Completely edible. Yeah. That is okay. Then you leave a little bit here, you can get a handle on it. Go down till you get to the skin. Pull back. So here's where the tricky part is, pulling the skin nice and tight. And you want to keep your knife flat but pushing down, so that way you're not going down and cutting through the skin, but flat and pushing down, so that way you keep right in between the skin. You can take a peek and see how you're doing. Gentle with the fish, doing pretty good. I always move the cutting board off to the edge, so that way and there's skinning a fish, and it looks like I came out just a touch early. That's fine. Now flip her over, see how you did. Not too bad. Caught it just a little bit there. That's pretty darn good. Great stuff. And anytime I'm cutting fish, I always keep a stack of paper towels. Usually, you know, as you get more comfortable with it, you can do more. Or you can do less, have less paper towels, down to 2 or 3. And I just do this to try and keep track of all the scales. Again, not perfect. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. And in fact, I love when I make little mistakes in class or whenever I'm showing, so that way when it doesn't come out picture perfect for you, you don't feel bad because it's not perfect, all right? And for here, I'll just take and go. Again, pushing down, but trying to keep the knife nice and flat. And nice smooth strokes just gives you a more even finish. Come out on this side. Not too bad. Like I said, not perfect. And then depends on whether you care or not to take any of this bloodline off. Again, smooth, long strokes. Keep an eye out for any scales that have come along. I'm going to go ahead and take this side off as well. Perfect? No. Cooking is not perfect. Get down there. It's a weird thing to do with a knife, but coming down and lifting up. Alright. And I'm happy with that. If I really wanted to, if I was getting super fancy, I would take all that bloodline off, but I'm not worried about it. Again, be careful when you're picking it up and turning it over that you're not folding the fish in half. And again, all nice and even. And if you want to clean up the edge, There you go. I usually end up making a little salmon tartare out of anything that I'm not super happy with. All right, then break it down in your portions. So for me, this is what I typically like to do, and some of this is going to be for class, some of this for private class. So the headpiece, because that's kind of small, that's usually gives a decent single portion right there. All right, feel if there's any bones going through. Did you get any? There you go. Sweet. I thought I felt one in there. That's it. And, you know, there's usually another side to that bone. The second one. All right. Great. There we go. Just keep an eye out for bones. They're pretty delicate. So now for here, I usually like to do these. Now I've got a private class, so I'm going to do a little bigger portions. So I like to do something like this, and then I'll go ahead and split this portion in half. And that's probably somewhere around a 7 to 8 ounce portion. That's going to be a nice one for my private class. This one I'll use for class or for dinner. I'm going to make another really nice sized portion here because it's getting a little bit thinner. I'm going to go a little bigger. Again, square this off. And you can cut salmon portions any way you want. And if it's not super clean on the edge, take it off and use that for a little bit of trim. All right, those are my two beautiful ones. Now I'll do a couple smaller ones for class, just because the idea in class is to demonstrate. And so you don't need to be quite as big. There we go. Again, just like everything, based upon intended usage. And I think I'll do one more. You know, I'll make these a little bit longer. And then that'll give me one tail piece for me. And there's a couple of glass pieces. And that'll do. All right. That's cutting your salmon. Then I'm going to actually vacuum seal this, freeze it, and it'll be great for class. Deuces.